get people all the time that tell me, they're like, well, Mike, why don't you just let it go? I agree. But I also believe that it's people's responsibility that if Jedd Fisch goes on and just makes some more stuff up, I am going to say that he's making stuff up because of keeps talking about Arizona. Jedd Fisch's latest excuse for leaving Arizona. And again, I have no problem with anybody leaving. Washington is a better job than Arizona is on paper.
Yeah. We need to be very specific here for people that can't understand what we're saying. The argument with Jedd has never been that he left Arizona for Washington. Nope. That is not what we're mad at.
We are mad at the way that he has gone about this. Keep in mind, when he left at first, he was talking about, and no media members outside of one guy in the Northwest took the story because it was bunk, but that he, that the contract status was uncertain. He was saying that, well, it is funny how he contradicted himself. Agent saying, well, October, we're having talk with September, October. And then Jedd Fisch goes on Jim Rome. And then he talks about how, we're closing in on a deal, all of that. I feel good about it. So that obviously wasn't true. And then he goes on yesterday on Jim Rome. And the latest is that when the number 2 school in the country comes calling, how can you turn them down? You can say that, dude, at the beginning, instead of coming up with all this other crap. And maybe my favorite part of the entire thing was trying to blame some of this on Johnny Nansen. Johnny Nansen, who I'm going to let people in on a secret that everybody knows. Johnny Nansen does not like Jedd Fisch, and he doesn't. So this whole thing about him moving off to Texas and, well, I was going to lose players, so I had to figure that in. This guy's all over the place, dude.
Yeah. And look, it's the reason the whole Nansen went to Texas, I was going to lose players thing doesn't work is it's the transfer portal, man. You're going to lose players wherever you are. And my favorite comment was the number 2 team in the country.
Right.
Because you didn't take them to number 2.
Yes.
Someone else did. And that is not the number 2 team in the country because those guys are gone.
Yes. And let's talk about this a little bit. Not recruiting very well either.
I saw a post. Someone posted that they're disappointed in Carroll because UW lost an in-state lineman at Oregon.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think there's going to be more of those, not less of those. But this is the other thing I do not understand in this day and age. Dude, like I said, a lot of coaches leave. I get it. Kalen DeBoer, guess what Kalen DeBoer has not done since he's gone to Alabama? Come up with 10 different stories for why he's leaving. This is absolutely crazy. I have never seen anything like this. And he goes out and he keeps contradicting himself. And that's what drives people up a wall. I'm also going to tell somebody else about Mr. Jedd Fisch that I have no problem saying. Somebody that was very, very high up at the U of A, very high up, responsible for maybe, writing checks. Responsible for, maybe contracts, told me that Johnny Nansen was leaving. So, I don't know exactly what happened. Did you float that? Did you ask him? And he was categorically denied, even though it was already done.
I straight up said, is he leaving? He didn't answer me. And so I wrote the article based on what you had told me and a few other people told me. And then he finally gets back to me and he basically Twitter yelled at me. And said, I can't believe you wrote that before signing day. And I said, it's true. He's gone, dude. Like, what do you want me to do?
And this was, again, when I came to Sheer and I told him, I said, it's done, dude. This is the absolute person that would have to know about this. And he just makes some stuff up. He gets mad about it. All I'm saying is this, dude, you're off in Seattle. You're in smelly, rainy Seattle. Do your thing, but you don't have to keep coming back with all of these weird stories. Just say you took a better job, that you got paid more.
It's okay sometimes to just shut up.
Yes.
Shut up. Just be like, you know what? I left Washington because I felt my future would be better there. The end. We're gone.
My favorite thing, and I got to thank a lot of Arizona fans in this one as well. My favorite thing is the fact whenever he tweets, everything is literally anti-Jedd Fisch stuff. There's like 85% of people just saying smelly, rainy Seattle, like little snake emojis and stuff. Did you see that Jim Rome post? It was like 95% trolling him. It was amazing. Good job,
His
fellas.
Twitter game has taken a major hit at Washington. I like the one about Amber coming home, and he's got like a cheese tray and a half bottle of rosé, which means that he drank half a bottle of rosé by himself. That's sad. And I will say this, and I'm sure it's going to get heat, but people in the comments, Erica too, Mike, he looks like crap.
Dude, he does, man.
He looks like he's taking a beating, a physical beating.
Yes.
Washington.
You know what? I also think this. I don't think that he had any clue that he was going to deal with this kind of blowback. I think that, and the reason
he had no idea. No idea.
But the reason he's dealing with the blowback is because he keeps opening his mouth and coming up with other dumb stuff. But you're right, though. NPOB put it out first, and then they put it out there. NPOB trademark, by the way, Smelly Rainy Seattle. But man, he doesn't look good at all. I mean,
I can say there's two things that I think he didn't see coming. Number one, the blowback, and number two, I know for a fact that he thought he was taking more Arizona guys.
Yep. And he didn't, and we will find out. By the way, I will say that Washington is my least favorite team this year. I will root against them every single step of the way. I do not care what anybody says. But the great Erica Day was the one that pointed out the Rose. Very good point, and just good stuff all the way around. Very happy. So, anyways, we will keep you up to date on this. But again, I'm going to keep telling all of you guys that when somebody tweets at me and they're like, just let it go, I will let it go when he lets it go. And until then, no. I will come at you from my guest room in my house.
Yeah, that is a good point to the comment on the side. Mike Wright, did you guys see the Wilner tweet on Washington? Mike, did you see that?
Is that where they have to pay for like $25 million extra dollars?
Yeah, like they're down bad for the next like 5 years.
This is good. This is good. I never thought that I'd be in the stage where it's like, man, go Oregon, but very much in the stage of go Oregon right now. And we will continue to keep you up to date on this. What I also find very fascinating about this whole situation is, like you said, Sheer, just leave well enough alone. Stop going on Jim Rome and continuously changing your narrative. This is silly. This is not a good idea. I do not know why he's doing this.
Just shut up and talk about your team. Well, and if Jim Rome asks why you left Arizona, move on, man. It's June. And Arizona fans aren't going to move on until you do. Yeah. So as long as you keep mentioning Arizona, we're going to keep telling people that you're lying.
Yes, exactly. And you know what? That's the way it is. And again, shout out to my guy, Dave Heathy right there. Dave, I got your back, buddy. You know that.